Hello, everybody. I hope you all are having a beautiful day, morning, night, whatever it is for you. And I'd like to take a little bit of time to talk about not watching the news or dealing with social media so much in the near future. Now, when I say dealing with social media, I don't mean like sharing memes and funny things and jokey things. I'm talking about getting primary sources of information from social media. So, as I told you, I don't advocate for any institution. I'm coming here to try to talk to people as much as I can. And between first, I'm going to talk about America, but then I'm going to explain to you all why America is not just the problem and what's going on. Through the media, through propaganda, people are destroying America. What do I mean? Between the left and the right, the way you guys are trying to sway people into these movements. First of all, the left with sexualism. First of all, when we were growing up, all this whole sex in the media and everything didn't exist. Even when they showed videos and movies of adult couples, it was one bed for one and another bed for another, fully clothed, and they didn't play that mess. Somehow, between those old morals and now, everybody's just doing everything under the sun. I don't know why we're teaching transsexualism to children. First of all, you have to be 18 to buy cigarettes and 21 to buy beer and alcohol. So, how then do you take one of the most sacred things to humans with our hierarchy of learning and then throw it out there for children and everybody and teach them to mutilate themselves and change their entire physique and being to be themselves? And then you got the right side, right? After hundreds of years of American history, still spreading that propaganda of witch hunt, get them, lynching mobs. I don't understand it. You got people raiding Capitol buildings, people rioting everywhere for what? What do you gain? None of you are winning, and you all are going to cause impending civil wars everywhere. Now, for the rest of the world, for everybody that's saying America in such trouble, first of all, Africa, everybody teaching everybody to go back to Africa, that was an old Caucasian saying a long time ago, go back to your country. The reason I won't bow to that foolishness is because my ancestors built this country. So I have the literal right to enjoy the freedoms and enjoy this country. Now, Africa, with all the stuff that's happened in Rwanda and all the other countries with their own civil wars, we can get on imperialism and colonization all day. But Africa has its own problems in the ghettos and slums. I promise you it does. Follow Black Man the Traveler and he'll tell you the truth outside of all these romanticized stories that these people in Africa are trying to tell you. Now, for China and all these other countries and Russia that you all are saying is on top, China is having all type of civil wars with Taiwan and every other country, and they are fighting as well. So is France and Russia. Russia is literally having a war with Ukraine as we speak. You're all not going to feel the same way, and when you begin to try to mold other people to force them to believe like you, that's when the problems take place. You've got propaganda coming from every direction. Your best bet is to realize you are a living soul, that you are God's child, I don't care who you are, and you can change at any time. All this foolishness between science, religion, and political bullshit, you all are going to keep destroying each other. The holy beginning land. I just watched a video of Palestinians blowing up their own mosque with fireworks, and then Israelites beating the living crap out of them for doing so. None of you are justified. You're all following this propaganda and religion and destroying each other and your souls and your children. Teaching men to be women and then having them to open up the Bible that says it's an abomination and try to mix in and cause civil wars with religion? What are you doing? This is all illogical. You all are talking about fearing AI and computers. They probably fear us. Every time I turn on YouTube, the blacks, whites, black, Palestinian, Israel. Soon as my child is old enough and he starts watching this crap, he's going to be mind-boggled at the world. Both of my children. Why do you think none of this affects me? Because I was raised on the rock. I didn't know nothing about racism until I got into the world. This stuff is demonic. I'm watching Congress people kick citizens, holler at them, go to other Congress people's mailboxes and open their door and holler and scream at them. You all are the government that we all are governed by. I can't talk in the courtroom, but you all can holler and scream at each other, call them baby killers, and you all aren't woke enough. Right, left, right, left. You all sound like turn signals. You all are acting like light signals. Literally. Is it red? Is it blue? Is it green? If it's not the right color, ticket, ticket, ticket. I dare somebody to tell me and what I believe in is the devil the way you all behave. Wondering why so many people do what they do and are so afraid to go get help. This is ridiculous. You all demonize everybody that's not like you. I don't care what color you are. There is a select few of the population of the percentages of people that truly don't care about skin color. I mean, you all can wake up and act like in the 70s and early 80s, there was a sign saying, get out of my neighborhood N-word. And you all African-American community can act like it don't start with us and are still murdering and killing each other in these neighborhoods and making these negative rap songs. I will never accuse my community because I know why we are in these neighborhoods and I know exactly how we got this way. But at the same time, I'm not going to be the victim forever. I changed. My parents changed our circumstances. Harriet Tubman didn't have the option to sit in some swamp and say, this isn't right. This isn't right. She fought and survived. Malcolm X didn't have the option to act a nut and riot. He was very educated. You all, when I was growing up, I was raised to act like I had common sense, to speak when spoken to as a child to adults, and to respect adults. And now the children have nothing to respect in this day and age. I don't understand what's going on. Because of isolation in the media, the world is regressing into garbage. That's all we do is fight. None of you are always going to feel the same. As an entertainment or a star, you need to be careful of what you put out there, movies and entertainment and music. You guys need more disclaimers and to explain to people sometimes. There's a lot of mental illness running around. And at the same time, you general public, you don't own people. You don't pay for their movies or for them to be rich. You don't pay their taxes and all this other stuff. You don't pay the police. Whatever you do pay is a small percentage out of your check. And even if you are a millionaire, there are other millionaires that pay way more and billionaires than you do. And believe me, the way billionaires operate, they hardly pay any taxes the way this system works. While the poor are asked to donate in church, donate to these hospitals, donate to the cause. If this doesn't stop here, you're going to destroy yourselves, all of you. I don't care what the name of your God or institution is. Most of you Christians celebrate the Lord's death and not his life. That's all I see. Old Testament scriptures prophesying that people would bow to wood. And all I see over people's necks, crosses, the blood of Christ. The blood of Christ, that's some cultic pagan shit. How about his life? How about what he taught? Every time I hear people speak on the name of Jesus, I get sick. Because the next words that come out their mouth is, the blood of our Savior cleanses us all. You pagan! His life cleansed us. His words cleansed us. All you sacrificial people out there that think death comes from life. So with the best of my ability, with the sword of my mouth, I'm going to reach as many people as I can. All of you people caught by lies, tyranny, magic, religious institution, and foolish vain entertainment. As many people as lose their lives because they lose their minds first. I am who I am, and I won't bow to this world. So, all of you that are trying to lump transsexualism into the black people community civil rights and the poor and the veterans and the homeless and afflicted, I won't bow. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm a human being. So I'll love my son and daughter no matter what. But at the same time, I won't let them be programmed by this indoctrination of sexualism. We had morals when I was growing up. And I won't falter on those morals. I don't go around telling everybody I just banged my girlfriend. I don't tell them my sex. I don't parade in the streets and act a nut. That's for my bedroom. And I don't just come speaking on that community. Because the straight community has done it for long enough too, which opened the door for this foolishness. So, enjoy your lives. Wake up from this spiritual, worldly foolishness that we all do. Because if I see one more fan lose it on somebody that's famous, popular, or a podcaster, I'm going to deem you all crazy. I don't understand it. What's so hard about you sitting on your couch, enjoying the entertainment, and minding your own business? Why do you have to actively go bother people? You all talk about Hollywood being the devil. The general public has been the devil for a long time. So, act like you all have sense. You all admonish the Bible, but don't believe in punishments. Anybody that thinks America is the only problem is politically ignorant and has no idea why all these immigrants come to America for the freedom. So since we are free, how about you guys stop being fascists? How about you guys respect the legal system and respect the judicial system and the electoral system? Because I see a lot of black people getting beat up and put in cages, and Hispanics and Native Americans, while other people run around acting a nut, pleading it out. The plea deal is too real. So, everybody that keeps saying, well, African Americans kill each other, you're ignorant and you have no idea about political science. You should take a sociology class. Almost all murders happen within the demographic of one's own race. Over 3,000 murders, I can assure you, have been pleaded down to involuntary manslaughter or an involuntary accidental death for certain communities. You guys can watch these murder crime shows that my girlfriend watches all day and see how many Caucasians going around on Dateline 48 talking about they missed their loved ones and they couldn't get somebody because they didn't have a warrant, they didn't have probable cause, they didn't have. But boy, I don't hear about that in my community. It's all a matrix. Wake up. I'm not talking about Neo, the entertainment. I'm talking about this foolish institution that's happening all over the world. Rich versus poor. The color versus another color. You think America's the only people that do this? You know how much they fight in the Arabic community between the Kurdish and the Saudi and all those other communities, the Iraqis and the Saudis and everybody else? Go educate yourselves. Between the Chinese and the Asian community, how they fight each other. It's not just America. We all need to wake up. If you don't begin to harbor love in your hearts and begin to change and understand who you are and tell the truth and stop hiding behind the trees, then you're going to subtly hurt yourself and others. He who swears falsely on the scroll is going to be destroyed. You all think you know what profanity, curses, and swear words are. There was a brother named James who did a video about this. He's in my comments in one of my videos. He did a very good job. Profanity is not the same as a swear word. A swear word is not the same as a curse. Every time you all tell people they're going to go to hell on behalf of God, you just curse the man in the name of the living God and you don't know his judgments. For everybody else in religion and all you Christians who keep condemning people to hell, you don't know what you're talking about and you don't know the Bible. So send your pastors to me. I was raised in the word. And now that I have technology, I'll pull up whatever scripture you want and I'll counteract everything you have to say. And then I'll poetically save your life. And then as you argue with me, and then over the next week you have dreams and visions and can't understand what's happening on the inside, I spoke to your brain, the Most High, the living spirit. And your brain with the information I just possessed you with is going to then submit, because who walks off of a cliff? I am deterring you all from the judgment, the punishment. But he who ignores the Son is still under God's angry judgment. But who am I? What's the living God's name? And then as you say his name, you say that I am. And then realize whatever path you choose is your choice outside the RNG of tragic nature. So I hope you all can figure it out. I grow tired of this racism. When I was a child, I was educated on the past and history, but apparently it's called the present still. Anybody who has trouble understanding what I'm saying, the civil rights movement was in 1964 through 1968. Jim Crow was right before that. Redlining and saying, get out of my neighborhood and you can't get medical attention and I'm going to kill you if you don't stop learning to read and write was 50 years ago. My parents are older than that. That's 16 years older than me. I'm 34. 50, 60 years ago. So, if you think all of those people are dead now, if you think all of those people changed, if you think that I'm lying, then maybe you should hit reset, take no side, and begin to listen to everyday conversation. I pulled up the FBI crime statistics table, and every crime known to man was usurped by certain people, but those certain people are never on the news in trouble. We are all being programmed to fear me, to fear people like me. You all are confused. So, if you think I am here to ridicule and make fun of white people and or to destroy Caucasians, my grandmother's white, my children are half white, and all my family is mixed. A family photo will reveal I'm one of the darkest people in my family. Figure that one out. My great-grandfather came here from Germany from World War II. He was a chef. He had to live in a garage because him and my great-grandmother could not live together. Whites and blacks could not mix. In this day and age, 3 different men told me out of their mouth as I was dating their daughters that their daughters are not allowed to date black men. One of my own friends told me his daughter, not to me because we were talking about something, told me that his daughter, as he wore white tees, listened to rap music, was not allowed to date black boys. Outside of, actually the phrase he used was outside of our race. One time, I was into NASCAR for a while. They put a noose. I know what a hanging tie is. I'm around Caucasians constantly. They put a noose on an African American man's garage and then said that he was race baiting. You're going to resurrect a psychopath. And when you do not say unto me, oh Lord, where am I? Say unto me, thank you for what I have offered unto myself. I hope you all can figure it out. Because you keep saying that colorism isn't real and trying to force African Americans to advocate for transsexualism, you're going to drive somebody nuts. Hope you can figure it out.